Ed makes a real fine catch.
Boy, that he did, and that set up the touch. That was for 21 yards, and here's again a ground level shot.
As John, he went back and wasn't there, and he scrambled in for a touchdown.
So, Bill, you drive 55 yards, and again, we have seen good momentum plays going into the dressing room before in other games, but a nice 7-play 55-yard drive in the last 48 seconds to at least, get you the lead after Mano missed the extra point. But still, you were up 6.
Exactly. We went ahead there 20-14, and I thought we really did a good job with a few minutes there and taking that ball in for a score.
Well, you had great balance. We look at the first half summary and take a look. Total offense-wise, Bill, you had 103 on the ground and 159. You'll find out in 30 minutes of football.
That's what we tried to do, yes.
And there's Smitty's Alex with 147 yards already. John was 14 of 19. And you can see Allen, that was his 3rd interception of the year. And, boy, the defensive unit, 16 swipes of enemy aerials. And they're built to possession time in the second quarter. I think Purdue only had 14 total yards and only the football, about 245.
Well, like you said, we had good balance. We got into rhythm there. We were moving the ball well on the ground and throwing the football. And when you do that, you're going to be productive offense.
Well, as they say, buckle the seatbelt, because in any Purdue-Indiana game, we're going to have some wild goings-on. Here we go, third quarter.
This is Allstott, and I'll tell you this, he's probably one of the finest, has to be as fine a big back. And makes a good play there up the middle.
Rumbled for 14, and look at this
again, right to the outside. You can see for a big man at 250 pounds that he can find a crease, and well, he's tough to pull down. 2 plays later, he scored, and Purdue's ahead here, 21-20. Here's Alex. Yeah, there's Alex Smith up the middle there, and makes again.
Yeah.
John Pacey across the middle to Eddie. And Eddie makes a nice catch and a nice run.
Purdue was penalized on the next play, so the Hoosiers driving down to the Purdue 20.
Now, this is here just in some good room. You can see there he finds creases. He's got that acceleration and takes it up there with good. We ran a counter option right there. John does a good job of execution, takes it in for a score.
Try for the 2-point conversion. John's pass was intercepted, so it's 26-21. But boy, you give up a big one here.
Yeah.
On a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they came out, but we didn't pick the back up out of the backfield. We were in man coverage, and it was too bad. We had a late hit on the sideline, and that was costly.
And this is a 3rd and 4 with Billy Dicken before he was hurt.
Yeah. He's a good athlete, and this right here illustrates what he's capable of doing. And he took the ball and scrambled and took it in for a score.
They hit a 2-point conversion.
This is Lewis Pinnock right here on Dickens, and in fact, Dickens got hurt at that point right there. It's a real fine job right there by Eli Rashid making the hit.
It's 29-26, as Bill mentioned there, and now here we go.
Now this is, again, Alex Smith making a real fine movement right there. He just catches creases and takes it north and south. That's what you like.
Here's a 2nd and 8 call, and look at this.
Right. This is a fine, again, a fine run. Some real good blocking up front.
Hitting that seam like he has all season long. Now, 4th quarter, 29-26.
Dickens to the outside, and again, that son of a gun, he makes a run. That's Allstott.
That's Gale. They brought Gale in there as number 18 there.
He's powerful. This is Rogers right here, and forced a fumble. That was Hammerstein, and then Derek Terrell recovering the fumble. But Hammerstein caused that fumble, and then Derek Terrell fell on it. Again, this is a real fine run right here by Alex Smith, and it was on a sweep play and takes it down about the 2-yard line.
And I tell you, Steve Lee, Bill, laid the wood to a Purdue player to open that hole.
You know what? He's just coming on as a football player, and you're going to see him being run more next year. His running skills are getting a lot better.
Alex in from a yard out, and the try for the extra point. Good, 33-29. Now, this was long from over, but look at the defense.
Yeah, it was a real fine job right there. Hammerstein and Davis on that one.
Again, Gale goes up top. Here's another big with Allstott again. Look at this. This was on a 3rd and 23.
Yeah, this is a 3rd and 23, and he gets 30 yards here on this. You can just see, I'll tell you, and now I'll say that was a great play by Joe King. And Joe King's about 175 pounds, pulling down 250-pounder at full speed. Boy, that was Trevor Wilmot coming off the backside long. Then that Eli Rashid recovers a fumble. That was a real fine job by Trevor right there.
It certainly was.
Creating those turnovers, and boy, is that important.
1st and 5 right here.
Yeah, this is a good job right here by Lewis Pinnock. And
Gale had a hard time.
Yeah.
Had a hard time. so many individual plays defense. Look at
Eric
this one.
Smedley makes a real fine play. I've been real pleased with the improvement in the play of Eric Smedley. I tell you, he's developing into a very fine defensive back.
Well, as you can see, as we go to the final summary, Alex with 245 yards, 1475 in his freshman campaign. That's the third best ever in NCAA football, behind Herschel Walker and Tony Dorsett. But Bill, you rambled 475, and there, look at the red zone score. You got to be pleased with that. 4 out of 5 with 4 touches. Yeah, very productive there.
And we've been a lot better there this year. We've had good productivity in that red zone. It's something we placed a lot of emphasis on this year, and we're much better there.
We look at some of the defensive leaders, too, and there's another one we haven't seen for a while. 5 sacks. Great, especially in that fourth quarter with the game in the back. Nathan Davis with 11 total tackles. Lance had 11, and Alfonso with 10. So just super play there.
Yeah, I was very pleased with Nate. Really came on rushing the passer, and he's got the capability of being a real good pass rusher.
Well, I tell you what, you can imagine what the locker room was like with this little antique in our locker room, staying there in West Lafayette. And we'll be back to recapture some of the headlines and get some of the euphoria from the old locker room after the bucket victory when we come back on the Bill Mallory Show. Stay tuned.
In the battle, try true. Indiana, 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 we're all for you. Indiana, 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 we're all for you. We'll fight for you, Crimson, for the glory of all of you. Never thought they were gonna falter in the battle, try true. Indiana, 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 we're all for you. Are you?
I'm so happy right now. I just can't even explain it. For the team, this is great. You know, it's our 6th win of the season. You know, we get to win the season, get to bring the bucket back home. This is a great win for us.
Well, we were just talking about it. We were up here 2 years ago, and you know, obviously you lost a big game that year, and it's just great. It's unbelievable. You know, I mean, we haven't won in 4 weeks, so it's a great feeling. Get that feeling, you know, last game.
You know, going out a winner, you know, it's the greatest feeling. You know, the bucket game, you know, it's to Purdue, it's their ball. You know, to us, it's like, it's always the toughest game of the year, you know. No matter if we have a winning season or losing season, the Purdue game is always going to be the toughest. You know. We had a good game today. You know, both sides played a good game. You know, we came out on top, though.
Oh, it meant everything. It was between winning and losing, and now we're 6-5, we're winners instead of 5-6 and losers.
I think it's a great win. I think we really needed this. Coach Mal, you know, the winningest coach now, and just go out on this season. This being my last game, you know, it's a great feeling to be. Well, I just came in with an attitude, and you know, I was talking about getting in the end zone before the game even started, and you know, John got the ball to me, and you know, I got in.
This was a really emotional game, and I was just really excited we could come out here and win, and it was just a great win for us.
You know, this feels real good. It feels real good to get a win like that. The seniors just wanted to go out being winners, and you know, that's what we talked about, getting this last game and leaving with a good taste in our mouths, and you know, I think we accomplished that with getting this victory today.
This is the best thing in the world, I tell you. I reminded these guys Thursday night about, you know, how 2 years ago we came in here and, you know, we lost a tough one and how disappointing it was and how I didn't want to come back this year and do the same thing. And I tell you, you know, it kind of scared me there for a little bit in the fourth quarter, but I mean, it turns things around. You go from the bottom to the top, and I mean, it's the best feeling in the world right now.
You know, after that game was over, we took that bucket across our fans, and that was probably the most emotionally filled moment of my career here. I took that bucket over with Al, and we held it up to our fans, and I was just dead tired after the game, but I still had enough strength to get it over there and celebrate with our fans. And you know, I just can't say enough how it means, or what it means to our seniors to have that bucket with us and win every year when we play Purdue.
Yeah, it was a sweet feeling, you know, for all these seniors to come up here and bring the bucket home, and you know, it could be our last time together playing as a unit, and it was to see come out. It was a hard-nosed game, both offensively and defensively, and we came out on top. Coach Mal's done a great job here with this program. He's brought it back from nothing, and it was just a sweet feeling for us to get him where he belongs, the #1 coach in IU history.
Finish up with my guys here is great. You know, it's a good feeling. You know, I really don't know what to say. People ask me, am I going to miss football? I don't think I'm gonna miss football much. I'm an athlete trying to play football, not a football player. I'm out here. I'm just gonna miss those guys and all you guys. That's all I'm gonna miss about the sport.
I thank Coach Mallory for giving me a scholarship and offering it to me and bringing me down here. This man's a great coach. I mean, he's loved everywhere I went around the country. When I've been here my 5 years, everyone's like, Coach Mallory, you like that guy? He's a class act, isn't he? You know, everybody knows that. The guy's just loved around the country, and he runs a program just like that, too.
He said, hard work might not bring you success, fellas, but lack of hard work won't bring you anything. And that's a fact, because I've worked hard. I might not be the most successful person on this team. I might not have seen the most downs. But I tell you what, there isn't one night that I lay in bed and I don't say, I coulda, because I tried as hard as I could, and I got what I got, and I'm damn proud I got it, and there ain't nobody's gonna take that away from me.
There's a man that I know who worked so hard, impressed me so. He knew the price he had to pay. Busted his tail on every play. Sweat at dawn, freeze at night. Never back down from a fight. Do the best, that's all we ask. But that is not an easy task. There is a man who came to Bloomington to play this game. Could it be you? And when he leaves, there's no one here will ever be the same. Is that you? Could it be you? Matthew fought for every mile. Anthony would flash that smile. Simpson always came to play. Crick would be there every day. Clark was always one tough dude. The coaches all loved Brady's attitude. Michael was never afraid to try. And Sully always kept his head held high. There is a man who came to Bloomington to play this game. Is that you? Could it be you? And when he leaves, there's no one here will ever be the same. Is that you? Could it be you? Somewhere down the road, we will meet again. I'll recognize your face. I know I'll
Hello, I'm Jerry Tardy. The Indiana University Alumni Association is proud to be a partner with your local IU alumni clubs, supporting Coach Bill Mallory and the Indiana Hoosiers. Over my shoulder is IU's impressive athletic complex. This will be the view from the window of the new Virgil T. DeVault Alumni Center. Make a note of it. 1000 East 17th Street, the new Virgil T. DeVault Alumni Center. Go Hoosiers!
We here at Indiana University Athletics wish to thank Ed French and Monarch Beverage for their support of the Bill Mallory Show and Indiana football. I just talked about Nathan Davis.
Well, Nate really came through and made that big play, and that was very, very key. But as I mentioned earlier in the show, he had done a real fine job putting pressure on the quarterbacks, and he's very capable of being a real fine pass rusher for us.
And I tell you, he's got his future out in front of him. Has had a lot of up-and-coming standouts, Alex Smith and the rest of the offense and defense. But we say goodbye to some seniors. We do want to tell the folks that we'll be on next week with our final show, giving you a rundown of our MVP and our team awards and a chance to peek in at our awards banquet.
Well, it's a group of young men, referring to the seniors here, that have put an awful lot into their football. You know, they've worked hard, and they've committed themselves to trying to be the very best they could be, and certainly going to be missed. And I think it's a group of young men that I think we can all be very proud of.
Well, there's no question about that, and we say goodbye to them. But hey, they had a large part to do with keeping the old bucket in Bloomington and at Indiana University for another year. Yep. 6-5, a winning campaign. Hey, join us again for our wrap-up show as we really put the finishing touches on a winning campaign for 1994, and we might even have the bourbon barrel along with the bucket when we see you next. Have a great week. So long, everybody. The Bill Mallory Show has been brought to you by NBD Banking, Marathon Oil, Monarch Beverage, Indiana Gas, Dave McIntyre Chevrolet, Marsh Supermarkets, Steak and Shake, Logo 7, Cook Incorporated, Elmo Steakhouse, the IU Foundation, and by the IU Alumni Association. Join us again next week for the Bill Mallory Show.